Yes. What an exciting day today. Going to hang out together for the CPI report. Look at that. All right, let's turn this over here. Let's get this here. Let's get this here. And we are good to go. All right, look at that. Perfect. Perfect. Good morning, David. Happy hump day. Roddy, Cam, Wayne, Jill, Penny, Dave, Rick, David. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Otherwise, I'll forget to share my screen, and then we'll all be watching me for the next hour instead of the market. We got David, Harry, Dave, Timothy, Ivano, Jose, Carrie, Robert, Flying Ronan, Robert, Art, Susan, Eagle Beagle, Randy, Omar, Victor, Michael, Alan, CJ, Patrick, Mrs. Smith. Mrs. Smith, how are you? Delbert, Duzzy, Nina, Tom, Arsigliano. I think I got it right. Is it Ralph? Patricia, Damien, Wardog is in the house. John, Ray, RP, Darren, Thomas, Peter, Gary. Boy, we got the whole mishpucha here. Robert's in the house. Good morning, Richard. Good morning, Frank. Good morning, Ben, Ann. Let me put a good morning here. We got a lively crowd here. You know, folks, I overslept. David's in the house. I overslept 14 minutes today. How you doing, Ralph? Heather, how I remember that that's your name without you putting a Ralph there, I have no idea, but I do. Thomas, Terrence, good morning. Angie, good morning. Cecilia, good to see you here. Good to see you, Angie. Haven't seen you in a day or two. Good morning, Richard. Good morning. Let's see if Moondog is here, right? Yeah, I never one thing about me. I'm like an army sergeant. I never oversleep, and I never need a time clock. I can wake up on a call. If you tell me to wake up at 3 in the morning, I'll wake up at 3 in the morning. But today, 14 minutes late, so I was really rushing to get here. Dieter, Raw, Nathan, Heather, Julio, Michael, good morning. Yeah, oversleeper. All right, let's get into today's analysis. Before we begin, as always, please remember, customer service live. They'll answer all of your questions, code updates, Pro Trader dashboard updates, things that have nothing to do with me. They'll help you out with too. I get a bunch of questions, and my best advice is contact customer service live. They are really good at it. Folks, I barely know how to install the Pro Trader dashboard. I know all about trading. About tech stuff, it's just not my thing. That's why Matt's 10 feet away from me. All right. So again, good morning, PJ. Good to see you. Happy Wednesday. All right, folks, let's talk about some important stuff. Remember, and also, I will be doing a live gaps class, Gap to Green at 10 a.m. I'll talk to you guys about how to trade gaps. All that happens at 10 a.m. today, okay? Here is the link for that. Let me give you the link for that. 79% win rate. There we go. 79% win rate at 10 a.m. And also my VIP room will be at noon today. So let me just post that, and then we can get into all of the analysis. It's good to do this while the room is filling up. Good morning, Rebecca. Good to see you here. Remember, we have a big report, and this report is going to impact everything that's interest rate sensitive. Now, I know the feedback has been really good for my morning show, and what I'm doing now is I'm doing more of the bigger picture in the morning, and then I'll do more of my stocks and my afternoon levels for the afternoon. It seems to be working out well, and it tends for me to be less repetitive. All right, now let's everybody pray for Moondog and hope that Moondog is in a better place now than he was yesterday, okay? I hope he is doing well. All right, as you guys can see here, the markets are really flat. Now, this is basically the market saying we have absolutely no idea what the report will be like. Moreover, they interviewed, I don't know who they interviewed, but I'll talk about it in a second. But based on, I think 58% people believe that today's report will be risk on. Now, folks, I'm going to cut to the chase right now for a second. Okay. I'm gonna move forward right now because we have a little time, and I'll try to be quick today. But a lot of folks are asking me, Roger, how come you're not trading FANG stocks again? How come you're not trading the Microsofts? And I mean, after all, look, Roger, we're crossing. We're the S&P now is crossing above the 100-day. We're almost at the 50-day. How come you're not trading any of the FANG stocks? Why aren't you getting aggressively into why are you still putzing around with these no-name stocks? How come you're not really aggressively getting into the Nvidias and into all of those stocks? I'm going to show you why. Instead of telling you why, I'm going to show you why, okay? So, because sometimes a picture's worth 1,000 words. So, look at all the stocks on my long list making 50-day breakouts right now, okay? I want to show you. Sometimes a picture is worth 1,000 words. Palantir, Philip Morris, Upstart, ICE, T-Mobile. I've been talking about this one for a while. Do you see one FANG stock on this list? Do you see one FANG stock on this list? One FANG stock on this list? Not one. Look, not one. I'll go through it again. You can, and then you can watch the replay if you want. Look, I'm going through it. There's no FANG stocks on my list. How about stocks making 20-week highs? Those are stocks that are trending. I want to because if I'm going to tell you this, but if I tell you, it'll just go into 1 year and out the other year. So I want to show you. I want to show you. Okay, this is 20-week highs. These are all the stocks that are in a strong trend right now. There is not one FANG stock in here. But where are the FANG stocks, Roger? I want to show you where the FANG stocks are. Look at the 20-day breakouts now. I'm going to do this really quickly. I'm giving you a conclusion right now before I get into the analysis so you can understand, because I know that all that you're going to be thinking about is, where's my FANG stocks? Where's my FANG stocks? So now look at 20-day breakouts. 20-day breakouts is what I use to fade. I don't trade 20-day breakouts. The turtle soup strategy is based on 20-day breakouts. We want to trade at minimum 50-day breakouts, 90-day breakouts, and 20-week breakouts. We don't trade 20-day breakouts. What, Roger? How come we don't trade 20? How come we don't trade 20-day breakouts? Because they fail most of the time. It's only a 3-week high. It's not mature enough to be a sustainable trend. Remember what I told you? 20-week highs have a breakout accuracy level of about 20 to 30%. 50-day breakouts have an accuracy of about 50 to 55%. 90-day breakouts have an accuracy of about 60, 65%. And then it starts going downhill from there. And there's a window of between 80 and 100 days. And that happens right around the 90-day breakout because it's already a 3-month high. It's a mature trend. If you're not listening to what I'm saying right now, I'm doing this to answer the question of why you should stay back and not get greedy right now. That's the question I'm answering right now. Then we'll get into our analysis, okay? So look at my 20-day breakouts. Look at all the stocks now on my 20-day breakouts. Meta, Taiwan Semiconductor. Hold on. Lilly. Netflix. Just want to show you this list. Costco. This is a 20-day breakout. One FANG stock on a 20-day breakout. Moondog in hospital will be home on Friday. Yay! So even on my 20-day breakout scanner, there was one FANG stock. One FANG stock. Roger, why aren't you buying FANG stocks? Because the trend is not mature. The recovery is too quick to get up there. Only one FANG stock is showing up on any of my scanner, including a 20-day high, which is a reversal scanner. Do you guys understand why I'm not looking at FANG stocks right now? I am looking at one, and I'll talk about one that I like. And I do have an energy stock today for who was that person who was asking me about marrying the girl before ever seeing what she looks like yesterday, Jonathan? I have one for you today. But I wanted you to see my scanner so that you don't ask me, Roger, how come you're not recommending any FANG stocks? Now, Microsoft, I want to show you something. It's important to do this, guys, so you guys could see why. Microsoft at the VWAP, not even at the 100-day line, okay? NVIDIA, not even at the 50-day moving average. Let's see, Microsoft, NVIDIA. We talked about Netflix. Let's see. How about another one? Apple. Finally above this, but still has this to overcome, and this to overcome, and could just as easily turn back down right now. My point is, none of my scanners, not even my reversal scanners, are saying that it's time to buy FANG stocks. So stop salivating over FANG stocks. You buy them when they're the upper right hand quadrant. I'm going to write this down right now. Upper right hand quadrant. I know you never heard of that talk. You don't buy FANG stocks when they're in the lower right hand quadrant. Minimum 50-day high, minimum. So I'm not telling you, I'm showing you. This is my 20-day high scan. You know where all my FANG stocks are coming up? On my A-line short reversal to the upside. Or A-line long from the bottom, like here. Look, Amazon, A-line, Amazon, Tesla. Look where they're all at. They're all in the Microsoft. These are all in the lower right quadrant. We want stocks in the upper right quadrant. I don't think you heard me, Peter. 50-day high. No, Peter, I think you misheard me. Peter says moving average. I never said anything about a moving average. I said 50-day high. 50-day high, not 50-day moving average. 50-day high. 50-day high, not a 10-day high, a 50-day high, Peter. You see how the FANG stocks are in the lower right quadrant? We want them here, before we start trading them. Here, up here. Get that through your skull. See, Google, all of my FANG stocks are on the A-line reversal bar, which means they could just as easily come right back down. Look where the FANG stocks are. I'm not trading any of these. I'm trading the A-lines that are up here. All right. Hey, there. So if there's one thing you guys got from here today is FANG stocks are not even on my short-term reversal scanner yet for the most part. There's one. But for the rest of them, they're not even on my reversals quadrant. And Peter, don't you ever dare confuse the 50-day moving average with the 50-day breakout. They are completely unrelated to each other. I'm trying to do you a favor here. I'm trying to prevent you from getting hosed. Apple has to overcome this area here. The reason I'm doing this is because I know every one of you right now is asking the question, Roger, I want to buy my Apple and my Microsoft. Is it time yet? Please tell me it's time. I know that's what you guys are asking. No, it's not. But Roger, you've been wrong. They've been moving straight up. I don't care. They're not even making a 20-day high. I like to buy stocks that are all the way up here. If you want a bargain hunt, go for it. Let me show you something, Peter. This is the question you should be asking yourself right now. Can Apple turn around and look like a bearish downtrend? Absolutely. That's the problem. I want to buy Apple when there's no confusion about it being in a downtrend anymore, where that whole downtrend is completely behind us. Right now, this could be a bounce from this. I want to buy this when it's telling me, oh, we forgot all about this. This is history. That's not the case. Tony, stop asking the girl for her phone number before you even get the address to the bar. We'll get there. All right. So I wanted to show you this today to cool your heels a little bit. But I thought if I just tell you this, don't buy FANG stocks, it won't really do any good. But if I actually show you how they're not coming up on any of my radars, except radars to the short side and fading side, maybe it'll make you think twice. Lower highs, exactly. We want higher highs, not lower highs. Okay. All right. Market is kind of not doing much. Crude oil huffed and puffed, coming back down here. Although I'm still bullish on crude oil, and I actually have a crude oil stock for you. I actually have a strong crude oil stock for you. Imagine that. But I'd like to see us trade above the 100-day moving average, and I'd like us to trade above here. But as long as we don't drop too much from this level, I'm okay, because we're like between the 50 and the 100-day. Again, prefer to buy crude oil here, but this is telling me that the market is not that fearful of recession right now. Gold, I like gold right now. I'm fairly bullish on gold. As I mentioned, gold is not doing bad, and gold protects. Good, Peter. Peter, I'm just trying to protect you. If I sound rough, or if I sound like I'm being if I'm being critical, I'm not. I just don't want you to making a mistake. Yeah. Think about it. The 20-day highs have a breakout success rate of 33%. None of the FANG stocks are even on a 20-day breakout yet. Why would you buy something that doesn't have a sustainability above 50%? And again, am I 100% right? Could there not be a reversal right now? I have no idea what's going to happen. But statistically, probability-based is what I'm talking about. And if you start saying, yeah, Roger, you're right most of the time, but this time it's going to be different because I own it. And let's just gamble and hope you're wrong. Don't do that. Don't. Because the numbers will always come and bite you in the ass. All right, so I like gold right now. And if I see a gold breakout stock right now, I'm all in. Okay. Thank you, Dr. Serena. Again, remember, I have a very cool class where I'll show you how we've been able to achieve a 79 win rate with gaps. We took a Foot Locker trade off the table yesterday. I'll give you my top 3 stocks. And this is how to buy stocks after a drop the right way. And also, VIP room is happening at noon. Here's the link. And also, don't forget, Cam and Gustavo show today at from 10 to 1 p.m. And I think Matt was there yesterday, actually, for a few minutes. 10-year bond. The 10-year bond is moving back up. The 10-year bond is clearly risk off right now, deflationary, moving in the right direction. This is one of the reasons we had a rally in the market. We're going to be looking very, very closely at this data in the next 13 minutes. I'm right now opening up my Carlos says, I made a $30,000 mistake doing what you just mentioned. Those who listen here have to. Good. Well, I hope you don't. I hope that, Carlos, I hope you don't make a $30,000 mistake again. The 50-day high, the 50-day high tells us the strength is strong enough to give us a fighting chance in the direction of a trend. Here, 50. Okay. So I did back tests over a long time ago, over 30 years, on 20-day breakouts, 50-day breakouts, 90-day breakouts. What I found out was this: 20-day breakouts tend to continue 20 to 30% of the time. 50-day breakouts, this is without adding volume, momentum, sectors, all the other accoutrements. This is just raw. 50-day breakouts tend to continue about 50%, 55% of the time. 90-day breakouts tend to continue about 60, 65% of the time. Then it starts slowly going down. There's a sweet spot between 80 and 100 days for breakouts. Then it starts going down. It's not the higher the number, the better. Then it starts going back down. So most of the FANG stocks are not even at a 20-day breakout yet. Okay, as you saw from my scan. All right, that's the significance. Okay, hey, Murray's in the house, Rochelle's in the house. Now, does that mean that the Fed data can't be good and all of these stocks can't see a huge breakout? No. I mean, these are statistics. These are statistics I'm talking about. They're probabilities. They're not every time, but I don't take my chances on a stock at least at a 50-day breakout. I don't even make my hit list. I don't even make my hit list on a 20-day breakout. I don't even use that for a watch list. There's a strategy called turtle soup. Turtle soup is a strategy that fades 20-day highs. Okay? Turtle soup. 20-day high, we fade it. 20-day high, we fade it. Okay? All right, so deflationary on the bond market. Let's put everything together and talk about the CPI ahead. As far as what are we expecting from the CPI, they're expecting the same number as they had a year ago, slightly better on core. What I'd love to see is this number be really, really low, or the Fed is going to have some explaining to do. All right, and I'm hoping that the core number, the regular numbers below 2.9, and the core numbers below 3.2. Otherwise, the rate of decline is just not fast enough for the Fed to say something. Oh, the best possible number, like 3.0 for this one, for the core, and 2.8 for this one, 2.7 for this one. That would mean that the Fed's progress really is somewhere. And again, we'll be here together. I have my live stocks right here. We'll watch everything together. And again, I'm literally showing you my 20-day breakout scanner, and I'm showing you how one FANG stock is on there. How all of them are still on the. They're all making the 8-day reversal right now. They're making an 8-day high. Most FANG stocks are making an 8-day high, 10-day high right now. That's not even worth talking about. But Roger, I'm telling you, it's different this time. Maybe not. I don't know, but I'm not going to take that chance. I like stocks that look like this. All right, especially right now. Okay, so let's talk about the stock market. Market participants held back making big bets ahead of U.S. consumer inflation report. Really? Do you guys feel that market participants were holding back yesterday? I don't feel that way at all. I mean, let's see. Does this look like to you like they were holding back yesterday? No, not at all. So again, sometimes they just say nonsense. S&P and NASDAQ did a 1.5 week high, you see a 1.5 week high is an 8-day high, 10-day high? No. I want to see a 50-day high. I want to see a 100-day high, not a 1.5 week high. That's nothing. Okay. So again, 1.5 week is about 8-day. Why do you think I'm seeing all of these stocks on my 8-day reversal bar? Look, Tesla, Amazon, Microsoft, that's an 8-day bar right there. This is an 8-day line right here. So they're only making a 10-day high. 10-day high. I figured if I show it to you, maybe you'll cool your heels. Sorry to hear that, Eagle Beagle. Alexander, good morning. So the 20-day breakout is good, bearish, neutral strategy. 20-day high just means that you may have a reversal. A 50-day high means we're now getting serious. 20-day high is a reversal bar. We use those for reversals. I don't take those seriously. Assuming everything else is assuming it's Alexander, if it's a 20-day high from a downtrend, look, Microsoft is going to make a 20-day high right here, but the downtrend the main trend is down, which means it'll be a reversal bar. If the main trend was like this and Microsoft made a 20-day low, I would probably wait for it to go up. So what happens prior to the 20-day high is the biggest question. In this case, all of these stocks had a huge 15-20% meltdown. So their main trend is down now. So when I see a 20-day high from a mature downtrend, it makes me want to short it, not go up. Now, if you didn't understand what I just said, Alexander, watch it a few times. Watch the video a few times. Okay. What I'm talking about today is huge. I'm trying to save your butts. So listen. So a 1.5 week high is not a strong enough indicator after a 15% cool off in the market. That's just a blip. Okay. Starbucks did really well yesterday. The Chipotle CEO is going to take over. And yes, I said it right. And yes, I could say El Pollo Loco several times because I grew up in Los Angeles, and there's an El Pollo Loco on every corner there. Intel did really well yesterday, got upgraded. Dell got upgraded. I mentioned that yesterday. Nvidia did really well. It's making a 20-day high. Congratulations. PPI came in better than expected. The number was really good. I like that. But again, today we have the CPI. What did the Fed say yesterday? I hope the Fed said something smart, like you're going to have to wait. Now, yesterday, before I read what he said, remember I said yesterday, Fed doesn't want to make the same mistake again. They don't want to make the same mistake again. They don't want to have egg all over their place. If they start lowering too fast, inflation will just go right back up. A little more data, yes, before endorsing a reduction. Agreed. We want to be absolutely sure. It would be really bad if we start cutting them and then it had to turn around and raise them again. Do you know how embarrassing that would be? Do you have any idea how embarrassing that would be? Do you think Powell and the Fed likes to be embarrassed? They can't even handle mild criticism. They have very thin skin. These are academics. All right. Meanwhile, we have a 50% chance of a base 25 basis. I think nothing's going to happen till November, but we'll see in about 2 minutes. Cisco and Cardinal are reporting. We got out of we just made like 10 cents on this trade, but we got out of it. I just wanted to get out of it before earnings came out. It was in the pit. The trade still looks fantastic as a short. Cardinal Health, EAT is reporting today. Cisco's reporting after the close. Yay, 459 in the house. Let's see if we get to 500 today. Consumer inflation data is going to come out today. We want the core. This is what the Fed looks at right here. We want this to be 2.9, 3.0. We don't want to be at 3.2. That's not a really strong. That's not something that's going to give them a lot of backbone. We want this number to be 2.8, 2. We want to see real like yesterday. Look, yesterday they were expecting 2.6, they got 2.2. They were expecting 3, they got 2.4. Those are real numbers. I want something that's off the chart. Okay. We got a minute or so left. Volatility is still in the we got to be careful zone, but volatility is not in the we're falling apart zone. So we're still got to be very, very careful. Very, very careful because we're not at the 15 level. Typically, when volatility breaks down, it's when it's below 15, okay? No, I'm referring to day trading and Avatar. I'm referring to swing trading and day trading because what happens if your day trade goes against you and you want to lean into the swing trade? Don't you want to have something good to lean into, or do you want to have a little tree that won't protect you if your car goes into it? You don't want to have that. All right, let's continue reading this. Crude oil inventories are today. Nobody's going to look at this after the CPI report. Nobody's even going to talk about this report, but it is important if you're trading energies. Europe is up a little bit. Investors are digesting key economic data. Hold on, let me put up bonds in here. Let's see what happens here. Let's see what happens. All right, interest rates, bonds are going down so far. Bonds are going down. For now, they're flat. Here, let me show you here. This is bonds. Up means bullish report, down means bearish report. So let's take a look. Let's see if the market likes this report or not. So far, the market is not loving this report. You see course 3.2, right? So again, my question to all of you is, let me just get away from this thing here. You see, if they were expecting this, and if this is the number, and a year ago was 3.3, are we really making progress? If the actual number is 2.9, how much progress are we making? See, that's what you got to ask yourself. How much progress are we really making? I mean, that's not a great number. That's not a, oh my God, this number is fantastic. It's not. Thank you, Heather. Thank you, RJ. Thank you, Jonathan. It's not a great number. All right. All right. Let's continue. Just remember everything I said about your favorite FANG stocks before this report came out. Gold should, this report should be good for gold. As far as global economy, Europe is up a little bit. China closed lower today after data revealed that bank loans, real economy contracted for the first time in 19 years. Consumer staple, and my dogs are barking, folks. I am so sorry. I apologize. If you guys are hearing that, I am so sorry. Hopefully you can't hear any of it. Notice what positions are we long or short right now in the pit? Are we long or short right now in the pit? Don't mention the stocks, but are we long or short in the pit? Yeah, I use the 50-day moving. I use the 50-day low for my short lists all the time. You can't hear them, thank God. Nikkei closed higher as expectations increased of the Fed rate cuts following softer than everybody was anticipating today's number to be really, really good. We have two positions and they're both short in the pit. Did you guys notice me buying a lot of FANG stocks the last couple of days in the pit? Yes, they're reacting to the CPI report. Have you guys? Yes, exactly what Murray just said. Also, I don't want to add insult to injury, but Google fell 1%. Google is one of the biggest FANG stocks. Bloomberg reported that U.S. Department of Justice is considering requesting a breakup of Google following a rule that the company monopolized online search markets. And they did. They did monopolize the search markets. They did. So, and Intuit got downgraded, which is not good for software companies like Microsoft. Okay. We have Cisco coming out with earnings, and we have Cardinal Health. That's happening after the market closed. The 10-year note, as you guys already know, this is delayed right here. This is from 7:20 in the morning. The real number is right here. And I don't know how the market's going to open, but we're back into yesterday's range right here. And if you look at yesterday's data, this is the last several days. We're already back into yesterday. This is where we opened yesterday. We're right now where we opened yesterday. Okay. And I'll be taking apart the CPI report today in the VIP room. I will be taking it apart. It's very important to deconstruct this report. That's happening at noon today. And if you guys want to join me, I'll be doing a live class at 10 a.m. today. And if you want my 3 gap stocks, we already took a profit in Foot Locker yesterday. But the bond market, this is the bond market intraday right now. This is intraday. Bye-bye FANG stocks for this morning. Bye-bye. Say bye, FANG stocks. It was nice seeing you, FANG stocks. Bye. Okay, let's now continue our analysis, okay? Momentum levels. We are still only at 46% on the NASDAQ 100 and 50% on the NASDAQ composite. There's a huge vulnerability here. Folks, buying FANG stocks when the NASDAQ 100 has 46% of stocks trading above the 50-day moving average is being foolish. Foolish. Buying FANG stocks when you only have 56% of, don't you want that support? Don't you want to have that floor? Don't you want to have that nice foundation there behind you? Well, guess what? NASDAQ has none right now. What about the Dow? Dow's doing better, 57 and 60. I mean, it's not doing great, but it's got a little bit of foundation. What about the Russell 2000? Oh my God. This is an index that people should be shorting right now. Who would short the Russell 2000 at a market like this? Can you imagine shorting the S&P, shorting an index at a time like this? Who would do something so crazy? When momentum levels are so weak and this is the most interest rate sensitive sector, who would do something like that? Do you guys know anybody who would do something like that? All right. What about the S&P 500? S&P 500 as a whole, if you take all the defensive stocks, the healthcare, you're not doing too bad. 68% is not too bad. 68 is not too bad. But what about consumer discretionary? Only 37% of stocks. Sure, yeah, go buy Amazon, where only 37% of stocks are trading above the 50-day moving average. How about Infotech? Sure, yes, this is no vulnerability, right? Only 45% of stocks are trading above the 50-day moving average. But you're asking me why I'm not buying chip stocks, hey? Yes, Dieter, I'm obviously being very sarcastic right now. We're short the Russell in one of our programs, just FYI. That's why I said, who in their right mind would short the Russell 2000 at a time like this? Right here, raising my hand. So we still have a lot of vulnerability here. We have a lot of vulnerability here. Okay? A lot of vulnerability. Indexes haven't appraised they're still an hour behind. All right, so a lot of vulnerability with the market, a lot, especially with small caps and NASDAQ, which are the most interest rate sensitive. Okay? All right, let's look at the sectors. Let's actually look at them. Now, remember a few days ago, I spent a bunch of time yesterday saying how you shouldn't buy things that are still in a downtrend. Well, NASDAQ is still in a downtrend. This is a strong downtrend. Russell 2000 has barely moved higher. Financials, they look like they can move higher. Semiconductors, still in a downtrend. Industrial looks like they can move higher. Utilities look fantastic. Now, these are the kind of stocks I want to buy. Look at the support level. They have always been in a downtrend. So Alexander, if I have a strong trend like this and I have a 20-day down and I'm starting to move up again, that looks totally different than a 20-day high against a downtrend like this. See, if this moves 20 days down, I have this to lean on. What am I going to lean on if this breaks down? We're now in a down. See, look, if this goes down, I'm in a downtrend. If this goes down, I'm still in an uptrend. You see the difference, Alexander, how you're supposed to be looking at these stocks? So if I made a 6-month high and I made a 20-day down day, that looks very different than me making a 6-month low and then making a downtrend. One will look like this. The other one will look like this. This is a strong uptrend, and we have a 20-day down against a strong uptrend. You see how it recovers and how it looks? And you see how this recovers and how it looks? Look at the difference. They both made a 20-day high. One made a 20-day high in a 20-day low with an uptrend, and one made a 20-day low with a downtrend. So the question is not whether it's making a 20-day high or low, is what was it doing before that? And we all know that when you have a 15% cool off in the NASDAQ before the 20-day high, you're bouncing from a downtrend, not an uptrend. I pray to God that you guys watch this segment in real time because I'm giving you guys so much red meat right now. I can't even begin to tell you. I'm giving you a lot of red meat right now. A lot of red meat. I'm literally showing you the dynamics of the market right now. And I'm showing you why you see me telling you shouldn't trade FANG stocks right now. Nobody would listen to me. But I'm hoping to show you my scanner, and I'm showing you how none of them are on my scanner, and I'm hoping you will understand why they're on my not on my scanner, and I hope you will follow what you see at least. I'm being hopeful here. All right. Let's continue. Penny says, I had to put an order in yesterday for SMH, which was filled because SMH got closed, but not quite up to that level. Wanted to short it. SMH got up a little pre-market, so maybe I'll put in a fill. All right, good. I'm glad. We almost have 500 in here. All right. Let's talk about individual sectors. Let's start with the NASDAQ. Let's start with the S&P SPX. Thank you, CJ. Thank you, digital marketer. Let me post this here. Thank you. Yeah, reading the data is critical. All right. S&P, this is the S&P 500. This I just don't have a lot of lines on it. So as you guys could see right here, thank you, Avatar. I appreciate it. Also, don't forget Customer Service Live, Cam and Gustavo show, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. every single day. You guys always want to make that. We're not at the 50-day moving average. We need to pass. The institutions don't like to get bullish till we're above the 50-day moving average. We are not above the 50-day moving average. But Roger, what if we just lightly cross it? No, I want to see us close completely above the 50-day moving average, where no part of the down candle touches the 50-day moving average. We right here, you see this red bar? That confirms the 100-day moving average. This bar that closed above the 100-day moving average doesn't confirm squat. This bar does. This bar needs to now go above and close above the 50-day moving average, like this bar did right here. See, this penetrates it, but this closes. No part of the down bar of the bar price bar touches the moving average. That's what I want to see right now. Nice, Gary. Nice. Good for you. Good for you. Good to have you back, Gary. Good to have you back. Been missing you for a while there. Ivano. Good to see you. If you guys think I'm giving you any kind of data that I wouldn't be giving you in a program, in a class that I wouldn't charge you $1,000 for, you're wrong. I'm giving you guys a lot of value right now. A lot of value. So we need for this to cross above the 50-day moving average, really cross above. SMH, let's look at SMH. We need SMH to cross not only above the 100-day, but above this resistance level and the 50-day. It hasn't done it yet. What about QQQ? Well, remember I said less than 50% of stocks are trading above the 50-day moving average. This has crossed above the 100-day, but it hasn't crossed above the 50-day yet. We have to have all of these assets cross above the 50-day moving average. If they don't cross above the 50-day moving average, nothing good is going to happen. Okay? Nothing good is going to happen. All right. Thank you, Susan. I appreciate it. So be careful, be careful, be careful. Please, 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 I'm begging you. Be careful. Don't go hot and heavy. Please don't go hot and heavy into but Roger, you may be wrong this time. Maybe I am, maybe I won't, but I don't want to take that chance. I'd rather help you guys preserve your sanity and your profits. All right? And more importantly, your confidence level. It's very important that you guys preserve your confidence level, okay? Got to preserve your confidence level. 1 second. I just got to check something here. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, almost 500. So again, we're not at key levels here yet. All right, well, let's look at it intraday. I know you guys love when I look at them intraday. I'll do that for you guys right now. All right. We are now at this level. We're now at the 462, 463 level. The question is, are we going to stay up here or are we going to go back down to the 455 level? The next level above we need to cross if we get into the above 463.50 is the 475 level. So to the downside, you've got 455. To the upside, you got 475. You're welcome. You're welcome, Robert. Let me just post that here. Yeah, index futures should be lower after the CPI report. Yeah. There's no question about that. It definitely should be lower right now. As a matter of fact, let's see. A little lower. Just a little lower, not too much lower, just a hair. We'll see how it'll impact everything else. But bond market is below. See, look at the bond market. Open here, closed right here. Now we're down here. So we're a little bit lower. We'll see. This should put a little bit of a hiccup to the market. Nice, JR. You like that trade, huh, JR? Let me put this here. Let's see here. 1 second. You're welcome, JR. So again, I gave you the levels on the spot on the QQQ. Let's go to SPY. The level on the SPY, we're getting close to this level here, which is 544. The next level is 550. The level below is 538. If we break 538, we go to 533. And then if we break those levels, there's a lot of consolidation over here. So the level you want to pay attention to is 528. And to the upside, 550. To the immediate downside, 538. Okay? Very, 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 very important. Very, very, very important. 1 second here. All right. Very, very important. SMH, let me do the SMH levels for you. And then I got to get out of here. I got to get to work today on time so I could put on some trades. We are in between levels right now on the SMH. On the downside, we have 234.26 and 223. To the upside, this is an important level, is 250, 249, 250. Okay. On the Dow Jones, well, the futures, you look at the futures are starting to, remember, the report wasn't all that bad. The report wasn't great. The problem is yesterday's report set us up for a really good report today. And today's report is saying, a little better. I mean, this is not, look, core CPI is 3.3 rate of growth, 3.2 rate of growth. That's telling me they're not going to do anything in September. They're not going to do anything in September. Again, maybe they will, but I'm not seeing it. All right, Dow Jones. The upper end of the range is 40,000. 40,000. The lower end of the range is 39,500. Dieter, my mind is going a million miles per hour at all times. At all times. So again, we've got 40,000 on the upside, and on the downside, we've got 39,400. And bonds are breaking lower. Bonds are breaking lower. This is yesterday where we opened, folks, right here. We are now trading below yesterday's open, which means all that excitement and upside that Fed was going to lower rates based on yesterday's report has been completely erased as of right now. I don't know how this will impact the stock market, but I'm just showing you. See this line? This is yesterday's level, yesterday's open. We are now below yesterday's open on the bond. Let's just continue this. So I gave you the levels. Now let me give you stocks that I'm looking at, okay? They'll raise rates next month. Got to help the Democrats and keep the Mark. Let's not bring any politics into this. If you guys want politics, I have an amazing channel for you to watch. Watch T-Buzz. You guys know T-Buzz, right? Do you guys know who T-Buzz is? Everybody here, do you guys know T-Buzz? T-Buzz loves his politics. Also, remember, I will be doing a live class on gaps. This program, we just took a nice winner on it yesterday. I'm going to give you a few more today, maybe some juicy new ones, and VIP room at noon. And we're about to go through our stocks right now. We're not done yet. And also, customer service live. No, William, I don't think I'm ever going to be fired. I don't think that's on the table. It's kind of funny being late for work because you're working, right? Hey, guys, I'm late for work because I was working somewhere else. Remember, I've been working since 8 o'clock here with you guys. Yes, let's not talk about politics. But if you guys want politics, I've got the perfect guy for you, T-Buzz. He will talk to you about politics all day long. No joke, no joke. T-Buzz. He's the man with the politics. All right. Let's see. I'm just looking at the bond market one more time before I go through stocks. Again, right around yesterday's close. All right. Let me give you guys my favorite stocks for today that I'm looking at. Okay. Again, be careful of that Russell 2000 because that's the most interest rate sensitive. All right, let's go and do this. Murray, this is where you got to pay attention. This is where the rubber meets the road. I'm just messing around. All right. I'll do the short side first. Speaking of politics, Trump media. Don't get me started. This is not a political play. It's because the stock is breaking down really hard. Okay, there's nothing political about this. I have nothing against Trump, and I'm completely neutral. Okay. Walt Disney. Breaking down. The reaction is not nearly as negative as I thought it would be from today's report, but it's not a great it's something we have to pause and think about and say, hey, what's really going on here? You know, Dollar General. HAE. EQT. This is a red line pullback trade right here to the downside. Ollie. All right. Be careful here, but we still have a little bit of room left. Be careful with this one though, because it's approaching key levels, so you may want to wait for this one. Tom Busby, yeah. T-Buzz. T-Buzz loves politics. If you guys want to talk politics, T-Buzz is the right guy for you. Okay, so what sector am I eyeing today? Healthcare to the long side. I like healthcare right now. How many times in the last month have I told you that I like healthcare? 50 times? Maybe. All right, what stocks do I like? Sherwood Williams, I like. It's an A-line play. Triple M. It's an A-line play. You guys asked me what the best energy stock. Finally, for the first time today, we got one energy stock on our list. So Jonathan, you asked me yesterday. I didn't have one yesterday, but I do have one today. This is the strongest energy stock right now. If you guys are bullish on energies, this is the strongest energy stock right now. Bar none, this is the strongest energy stock right now. MO. Notice Sherman-Williams, MMM. Are these defensive stocks? OKE. Are they defensive stocks? Yes. Are they speculative stocks? No. These are all longs, Hedva. I just did my short list. Now I'm doing long list. XLV started my long list. Hedva. Sherwood-Williams, MMM, XLV, those are my long stocks. Hedva. EIX. Notice, are you seeing a lot of defense speculative stocks here? Is this a defensive stock? Yes. What is the only FANG stock that's on my long list right now? Meta. Because it's looking really good compared to all the others. And it's actually cooperating, and it's in the upper right quadrant. They are in the upper right quadrant. Aflac. ACIW. Sky. CCOI. And last one, AbbVie. Those are the stocks that I'm bullish on right now. Roger, why aren't you can buy NVIDIA at 10 cents on a dollar right now. I don't care. I don't care because it's too easy for it to revert back down right now. I want stocks that were having a strong uptrend before this downslide was over. The only speculative stocks on my list right now is Meta. That's it. All right, folks, the bond market is flat right now. It's not really down all that much. Let's look at futures right now. Futures are actually up right now. They're not looking too bad. So they're not looking too bad. Let's see how the S&P 500 is looking. Cash. The bond market's above yesterday's high. It went down and now it's coming back up, but it's still not doing all that great, but it's not doing bad. S&P 500 is actually a little bit bullish right now. It's up 0.16. It's touching the 100-day, the 50-day moving average. Look. Till this thing is above it, nicely above it, I'm not going to go crazy, and either should you. All right? All right. Where are you guys? I lost you there for a second. All right. I will see you guys in my class at 10 a.m. It's literally happening at 10 a.m. Here's the link. I will see you in my VIP room at noon. And remember, we have consumer data coming out tomorrow and Friday. We're not done yet, okay? Be careful with this S&P 500 being right at the 50-day moving average. Please be very, very careful here. We got very close to 500. 95, if you have a question about a trade that we took in the pit, please email me, okay? I'll talk to you guys later. Have a fantastic day. Hopefully this is helpful to you. Please, please, please be ultra careful of getting suckered into a speculative stock right now. Wait till we're way above the 50-day moving average for that to happen. I will see you guys later. Have a fantastic day. I'm out. Bye.